Sarah never saw it coming. At 67, she'd always prided herself on her independence. Then one morning, she couldn't open a pickle jar. A week later, she struggled to push herself up from her favorite sofa. "It's just age," her friends said. But they were wrong. What Sarah experienced wasn't normal aging. It was sarcopenia, the silent thief of muscle that affects millions of us after 50. Harvard Medical School research shows we can lose up to 30% of our muscle mass by age 60, often with no warning signs. But here's what your doctor might not tell you. You can actually stop and reverse this process. Today, I'll reveal 9 everyday foods that rebuild muscle strength at any age, with one surprising superstar that works even while you sleep. These aren't exotic supplements. They're affordable foods you can find in any grocery store. Where are you watching from today? Drop your city in the comments below and hit subscribe for more science-backed tips to stay strong and independent. Now let's understand what's really happening to your muscles after 50. Remember when you could carry groceries without thinking twice? Or hop up from your favorite chair in one smooth motion? If those simple movements aren't so simple anymore, you're not alone. And it's not just getting older. What's happening is something doctors call sarcopenia, fancy medical speak for age-related muscle loss. Think of it like your retirement savings slowly being withdrawn without your permission. Each year after 50, your body naturally loses 1 to 2% of muscle mass. By 70, that silent withdrawal can total up to 30% of your strength reserves. The frustrating part? Your scale might not show it. You can maintain the same weight while muscle quietly transforms into fat. That's why suddenly you're struggling with tasks that were effortless just a few years ago. The warning signs are subtle but real. Needing to use your hands to push up from chairs. Feeling winded after climbing stairs. Noticing your grip isn't strong enough for jars. Sound familiar? Here's the good news that changed everything for my client, Richard, age 75. My doctor never mentioned I could rebuild muscle at my age. When you showed me how, it was like getting a second chance. Your body becomes less efficient at processing protein as you age, just when you need it most. After 50, research shows you need almost 50% more protein than you did at 30 to maintain the same muscle strength. The 9 foods I'm about to share work like deposits back into your strength account. And that first one? It's like finding a high-interest investment for your muscles. Have you noticed any of these warning signs in your daily life? Share your experience in the comments. You might be surprised how many others are facing the same challenge. Cottage cheese. The silent hero for your muscles. Let me tell you about Bob from Michigan. At 72, he couldn't pick up his 3-year-old grandson anymore. "It broke my heart," he told me. Then he discovered what I call the midnight muscle builder, cottage cheese. Within just 2 months of adding it to his evening routine, Bob was not only lifting his grandson, but chasing him around the yard too. My daughter asked what exercise program I joined. She couldn't believe it was just a simple food change. So what makes cottage cheese the unsung hero of muscle health? It's all about a special protein called casein. Unlike most proteins that digest quickly, casein is the tortoise in the race, slow and steady, releasing amino acids into your bloodstream for up to 8 hours. When you eat cottage cheese before bed, you're essentially setting up an all-night construction crew for your muscles. While you sleep, when muscle breakdown typically accelerates, your body receives a steady supply of building blocks to counteract that loss. Just 1 cup delivers around 25 grams of this slow-release protein, perfect for overnight muscle maintenance. For comparison, you'd need to eat 3 eggs to get the same amount, and their protein would be used up long before morning. I recommend a half-cup serving about an hour before bedtime. Don't like the taste? Try mixing it with a tablespoon of honey and some berries, or go savory with a sprinkle of everything bagel seasoning and cherry tomatoes. The combination of sweet or savory with the creamy texture transforms it completely. Not a dairy fan? Look for lactose-free versions, or try plain Greek yogurt with a scoop of casein protein powder mixed in. The goal is getting that slow-releasing protein working for you while you sleep. What's truly remarkable about this approach is how quickly people notice results. Most of my clients report feeling more steady on their feet within just 3 to 4 weeks, all from a simple bedtime snack. Has anyone ever suggested cottage cheese for muscle health to you before? Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, muscle-building breakfast foods. Your morning routine sets the tone for muscle health all day. Think of breakfast as your foundation. Skip it, and you're building on sand instead of concrete. Eggs top my morning muscle list for good reason. They're nature's perfect protein package, containing all 9 essential amino acids your body can't produce on its own. 2 eggs deliver about 12 grams of complete protein plus choline, a nutrient that helps your brain communicate with those muscles you're trying to strengthen. I always thought eggs would raise my cholesterol, my client Doris from Arizona told me. At 68, she'd been avoiding them for years. When my doctor said they were actually good for me, I was shocked. Now, her twice-weekly egg breakfast is something she looks forward to. For the perfect muscle-building breakfast, pair those eggs with slow-burning carbs like oatmeal or quinoa. These aren't just any carbs. They're the premium fuel your muscles need for sustained energy. 1 cup of cooked quinoa adds another 8 grams of protein plus magnesium, which helps prevent muscle cramps and fatigue. Short on time? I get it. Try my busy morning egg muffins. Whisk 6 eggs with diced vegetables, pour into a muffin tin, and bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Refrigerate and grab 2 each morning for a ready-made protein boost. They taste great cold or quickly warmed. For those with egg allergies or digestive concerns, consider a smoothie with Greek yogurt, half a banana, a handful of berries, and a tablespoon of nut butter. You'll get the protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants that protect muscle tissue from damage. The timing matters too. Try eating within an hour of waking to jumpstart your metabolism and provide immediate nourishment to overnight fasted muscles. This early protein hit signals your body that nutrients are plentiful, reducing the breakdown of existing muscle for energy. My favorite client success story comes from James, who at 83 started making simple egg and oatmeal breakfasts. I was skeptical anything would help at my age, he admitted. 3 months later, he was lifting his carry-on into the overhead bin on a flight to visit his daughter, something he hadn't been able to do for years. What's your go-to breakfast? Share in the comments. I'd love to suggest ways to boost its muscle-building power. Protein-rich lunches and dinners. Lunch and dinner offer prime opportunities to refuel your muscle bank account. And fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines? They're like making a premium deposit with compound interest. Just 3 ounces of salmon delivers about 22 grams of high-quality protein plus omega-3 fatty acids that combat the inflammation that often accelerates muscle loss. These healthy fats don't just protect muscle, they help your body use protein more efficiently. I never liked fish, confessed Martha, my 70-year-old client from Florida. We started with mild options like cod, worked up to salmon with mango salsa, and now she enjoys it twice weekly. My arthritis pain has decreased, and I'm stronger in my water aerobics class. Everyone's asking what I'm doing differently. Not a fish fan? Lean meats like chicken, turkey, and lean beef offer concentrated amounts of leucine, the superstar amino acid that flips the switch for muscle building. After 50, you need more leucine to activate the same muscle response that came easily in your younger years. For my vegetarian clients, I recommend combinations that create complete proteins: lentils with rice, hummus with whole grain pita, or quinoa with black beans. While plant proteins contain less leucine naturally, larger portions can help bridge that gap. The portion size question comes up often. As a rule of thumb, aim for a protein serving about the size of your palm at both lunch and dinner. If you're actively trying to rebuild muscle, you might need slightly more, about 25 to 30 grams per meal. Simple doesn't mean boring. One of my favorite easy meals is a power bowl. Start with a base of quinoa or brown rice, add your protein of choice, pile on colorful vegetables, and top with a healthy fat like avocado or olive oil dressing. The combinations are endless, and everything can be prepped ahead for quick assembly. Remember George from Texas? At 77, he couldn't lift his suitcase onto the hotel bed during a road trip. It was his wake-up call. 6 months after improving his protein intake at meals, he called me from another trip. "I just carried my suitcase and my wife's up 2 flights of stairs. I feel like I'm 60 again." What's your biggest challenge with including protein at lunch or dinner? Let me know in the comments, and I'll share some specific solutions. Supplements and smart snacks. The space between meals presents golden opportunities for muscle support. Strategic snacking isn't just about curbing hunger. It's about maintaining a steady supply of nutrients your muscles need throughout the day. Greek yogurt stands as my favorite between-meal muscle ally. With double the protein of regular yogurt, about 20 grams per cup, and a creamy texture that satisfies, it's like nature's protein shake. The live cultures also support gut health, which improves nutrient absorption for everything else you eat. I started keeping Greek yogurt in the office fridge, shares Patricia, my 65-year-old client who returned to teaching after retirement. That afternoon snack made such a difference in my energy levels for late classes, and my arms don't jiggle nearly as much when I write on the whiteboard. Pair your yogurt with berries, especially blueberries, which contain antioxidants that combat inflammation and help muscles recover from daily activities. Think of these tiny fruits as natural medicine, reducing the oxidative stress that accelerates muscle breakdown. For something more substantial, walnuts and flax seeds deliver omega-3 fatty acids in plant form, giving you anti-inflammatory benefits similar to fatty fish. Just a small handful of walnuts, about 7 halves, provides protein, healthy fats, and fiber to keep you satisfied between meals. I love sharing my Muscle Trail Mix recipe. Combine a 1/4 cup each of walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and dried cherries. The combination provides protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants in a shelf-stable snack you can keep in your car, purse, or desk drawer. When should you consider protein supplements? If you struggle to eat enough through food alone, or if you have increased needs due to exercise, a high-quality protein powder might help. Look for options with minimal ingredients and at least 20 grams of protein per serving. My client, David, a 75-year-old with dental issues, found it difficult to chew many protein-rich foods. We incorporated smoothies with whey protein, which dramatically improved his strength over 6 months. "I was skeptical about using bodybuilding products at my age," he laughed. "Now I tell all my friends about it. What's your go-to healthy snack? Share in the comments. We might all discover some new muscle-building ideas." Combining nutrition with movement. Good nutrition lays the foundation, but adding even modest movement creates a multiplier effect for your muscles. It's like having the best building materials and then actually using them for construction. Mary from Illinois learned this at 75. "I was religious about my protein intake for months, but saw limited results," she told me. Then she added just 15 minutes of strength work 3 times weekly. The difference was like night and day. Suddenly I could get up from low chairs without using my hands. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. Your own body weight provides plenty of resistance to start. Chair stands. Sitting and standing from a sturdy chair without using your hands might seem simple, but they target the crucial muscles that keep you independent: your quadriceps and glutes. For upper body strength, wall push-ups are perfect. Stand facing a wall at arm's length, place your palms on the wall at shoulder height, and bend your elbows to bring your chest closer to the wall. These modified push-ups build shoulder and arm strength with minimal strain. Timing your protein intake around these simple exercises amplifies their benefit. Try having a protein-rich snack or meal within 30 to 45 minutes after your movement session. This anabolic window is when your muscles are most receptive to using those building blocks for repair and growth. For those with mobility limitations, even seated exercises make a difference. My client Harold had severe arthritis, but strengthened his arms by lifting soup cans while watching TV. "I couldn't do much, but I could do that," he said. 3 months later, he could lift his grandchildren again, his primary goal. The beauty of combining nutrition with movement is that they create results greater than either approach alone. Research shows that protein intake without exercise can preserve muscle, but adding even gentle strength work can actually reverse muscle loss. Start where you are. If standing exercises aren't possible yet, begin seated. If you can only manage 5 minutes, that's your starting point. Consistency matters more than duration or intensity, especially at first. Have you tried combining protein-rich foods with specific exercises? Share your experience. Your journey might inspire someone else to take that first step. How to build lasting habits. The knowledge I've shared only works when applied consistently. Let me share how my most successful clients turn these recommendations into lasting habits. Start with just one change, the one that feels most doable. For Barbara from Connecticut, it was adding cottage cheese before bed. "I figured I could commit to anything once a day," she told me. Once that became automatic after a few weeks, she added Greek yogurt at lunch and slowly built from there. Weekly prep makes everything easier. Sunday afternoons, my client Richard boils a dozen eggs, portions out cottage cheese into small containers, and chops vegetables for quick meal assembly. 15 minutes of preparation saves me from making poor choices all week, he says. Track your progress with simple measures. Can you get up from a chair more easily? Open jars that were challenging before? Notice more energy for daily activities? These real-life metrics matter more than any scale or tape measure. Common roadblocks have simple solutions. If you don't like the taste of protein-rich foods, experiment with seasonings and combinations. Texture issues? Try different preparations. Smoothies, scrambles, or soups can deliver protein in more palatable forms. For those on fixed incomes, focus on cost-effective options. Eggs, canned tuna or salmon, milk, and peanut butter deliver quality protein at lower price points. Frozen berries and vegetables provide the same nutrients as fresh at reduced costs. The most important strategy? Forgiveness. You'll miss days. You'll make choices that don't align with your goals. That's normal and human. What separates success from failure is simply returning to your plan without self-judgment. Margaret, aged 80, summarized it beautifully. "I spent decades perfecting other skills. Why wouldn't building muscle take practice too? Some days I do better than others, but I just keep showing up for myself." What one muscle-building habit could you commit to this week? Start small, but start somewhere. Your future self will thank you. What simple change will you implement first? Share your commitment in the comments. Public declarations increase follow-through. Your strength isn't just about looking good. It's about staying independent and doing what you love. Every bite you take is either building you up or letting you down. The 9 muscle-saving foods we've explored, especially that bedtime cottage cheese, can transform your health journey after 50. Remember Sarah from our opening story? 6 months after adding these foods, she not only opens jars with ease but helps her grandchildren move furniture. At 67, she's stronger than she was at 60. It's never too late to rebuild what you've lost. Start with just 1 food from our list today. Your body can still respond at 60, 70, even 80 plus years. Which food will you try first? Share in the comments and subscribe for next week's video on the 3 morning movements that complement these powerful foods.